My heart rages around like an ocean in my head, because there are so many things that I left unsaid. I can almost feel you walking in the distance, but I know that it's not reality. If you are echoing around inside these parallel dimensions all alone, know I'll find you in my dreams. My heart rages around like an ocean in my head. I can almost feel you walking in the distance, but I know that it's not reality. If you are echoing around inside these parallel dimensions all alone, know I'll find you in my dreams. I can almost feel you walking in the distance, but I know that it's not reality.
I'm walking alone, the streets are empty. The only thing I can see is my own silhouette. I'm getting stronger, step by step. The clock is ticking, but there's no time for regrets. I've been flying from town to town, from London to Taiwan. I've been all around the globe, trying to protect your soul. We are heroes tonight. We will fly above the sky. We are heroes tonight. Yeah. We are heroes tonight. Simon. I've been all around the globe trying to protect your soul.
That was disgusting. Oh my God, June. Oh.
Absolutely devastating.
He's actually in a really good spot for his teammates to watch over him and give him assistance, but no one really watching the main run up. And oh, what a trophy system collateral kill!
Oh, they gotta get on the point. They gotta get on the point. They're gonna run out of time. Can they contest? They are with 1.4 seconds. And Bill is gonna go down. We are gonna be seeing him now. No, out of the point, and WaveRunners by the skin of their teeth are gonna be able to hold on.
Can he play from horse? Holy! He's gonna get another one.
As Hoy will quick scope heavy.
Not necessarily translate to control the bottom lane, as Legacy just being an absolute nuisance here with his team just getting such a back control here.
Team kill is gonna get hustled down to 2v2. They should have had the man up, and now Austin's gonna try to get one. He's gonna look for the double, can't quite get it. Zuxium, the last man alive, and now it's Zuxium trying to finish off the team. He's gonna stun in there, C1. One's gonna push out, it's gonna get taken out. Zuxium can finish it right here, 7 points left. Taking out another one more pushes out. He's gonna get taken out by a teammate, and that's gonna be Hype Esport taking map number 1.
I see it now, I see it now.
Good evening, everybody. Hope you're having a fantastic night. We are here to witness epic history going down between WaveRunners and Rated White, and there is nothing less that is going to happen. I am Brett FX, joined here by the marvelous Shifty, who is on death's door, but he has made a decision that he is, without a shadow of a doubt, going to finish out his commitments to this league. So with that, Shifty, I thank you.
Hey, I'm glad to be here. Thank you for helping take some of the weight off my back, especially as a caster. It's always nice to have someone who's experienced in the booth with them, and I've gotten blessed with that. A nice double dose for both matches, Tugboat first, and now followed up by yourself, Brett. I'm happy to have you here. I'm happy for K7, and thanks to all the partners for making this happen. GetGudHosts, Innovated Gear, DropShotStats, as well as Gamers Resort and Fade Grips. So a lot of companies that come together kind of amalgamate their facilitative abilities, if you will, to help bring this K7 league to light. And we've had plenty of people in the chat talking with predictions. And by the way, if you haven't yet, drop a like on the stream. We appreciate that. It helps K7 grow. Brett, how are you doing tonight, my man? Are we ready for a best of 5 between these two teams that are pretty evenly matched?
Yeah, absolutely. I am looking forward to what's going to be happening here between these two teams. One of the things that we can go ahead and bring up, I think if we have it anyways, is the current division standings. If we're not, then we can go ahead and just talk about, there we go. So Rated White is currently 1-1. They are 4-4 in map count, with WaveRunners at 0-2, 2-6 in map count. Now, you had actually had a conversation with Tar Heel earlier saying that they've come prepared here tonight, that they're not going to let it kind of get away from them like they had in the previous game. So definitely looking forward to the fire that they're going to be bringing this evening, and what they can actually make out of it. But Rated White's not going to be giving up whatsoever. They are a pretty damn good team overall, and they did have some pretty close games. I do want to, though, point out just some stats from the last game from both of these teams, if that's all right. So first of all, from DropShotStats, again, we did mention them as a partner earlier on. Props to these guys. They do a really good job. So if you haven't followed them, make sure you do. They're doing all the stats for the league, and definitely helping out casters like us to kind of look at some of these storylines. But WaveRunners last week, they did drop that map that is going to, or a match that was going to be an 0-3 to Heartbreakers. And they kind of struggled across the board, but Jazili getting a 1.15 in the KDs department, looking pretty decent overall, the best one on his team. Tar Heel following it up with a 1.0. So he definitely did struggle, I think, probably in the later stages of that game. I've seen Tar Heel play in Hardpoint. He's a good player. I like watching him. And then Velocity and Brobead kind of there at the very bottom at a 0.56 and a 0.49. So they are kind of struggling to get those kills. And as much as, it just sounds stupid to say, obviously you got to get the kills in a first-person shooter. So right there is your roster: Tar Heel, Jazili, Broby, and Tricksta, as they are going to be your roster for the WaveRunners. And then I'm going to be heading it over to Rated White. And right now that is going to be the Kaiser T, Koi, Freshie, and Zuxum. And looking at their game from last week, that is going to be against Finale Gaming. They were able to win that one 3-1 fashion. And their KDs across the board kind of somewhat similar in a way. You have two players that are doing fairly decent, a 1.27 there for Kaiser and a 1.01 there for Koi, with Freshie and Zuxum following it up, 0.97 and a 0.78. So going to be curious to see how these guys are going to be turning up here in regards to those KDs, and if they're going to be able to have that fragging power behind them or not.
Absolutely. I mean, the preliminary stats are always something to brush over at first, because it is a good indicator of how they've played during the first 2 weeks. However, I will say that for the team like Rated White, we just saw who they lost 3-0 to, or yes, was it Rated White or was it WaveRunners that? No, it was WaveRunners that played Heartbreakers. Yes. So we've seen them match up against arguably the best team in their division earlier. So maybe those stat lines a little bit influenced by that sort of mismatch. However, if you plan on competing in the league, you're going to have to start beating some of the higher end teams, and WaveRunners looking to do that against this Rated White squad, rather. As we will transition to a best of 5 per the typical. Map's going to be coming up on your screen very shortly, as we have hard point here on Checkmate. We get a Moscow S&D for the first time, I believe, on K7 stream here, at least for a while, as that'll be an interesting shakeup to the typical formula. Control on Raid, then Hardpoint Garrison, and S&D on Miami, should we need the final 2. And Brett, this is the first time, too, that I've seen 5 different maps for 5 straight modes here.
That I actually mentioned that last night. It was the exact same there. I was like, holy crap, we're not seeing 3 raids or 3 garrisons in a row. What is this? I don't feel comfortable anymore. But yeah, we're getting a plethora of maps here. Ooh, there's your word right there, guys. As we are going to be seeing possibly 5 different maps on all of our beloved modes. And I'm really looking forward to that control on raid. I think that is probably one of the most balanced, if not the most balanced control map that we have right now. And it is definitely one that can go back and forth. So definitely look forward to that one to being kind of like your swing mode if this game is going to come down to a very, very close set. But yeah, we are going to be starting out on Hardpoint. This is going to be on Checkmate. I love this map just because of the chaotic nature that it can devolve into. I'm kind of just a sucker for just meat grindy type maps, and this is definitely one of them. And I do want to point out, though, one thing. We were talking about a little bit earlier about how close these two teams actually are. And if you look at the stats for Hardpoint, the overall stats for the last 2 matches that they've played, right now it is Rated White at a 0.93 and WaveRunners at a 0.92. I mean, you really can't even get really closer than that except for the exact same number. So these teams have performed relatively the same in their hard points across the board. So we'll see how close they're actually going to be able to make it here in this game right now.
Absolutely. A theoretical, pardon me, a theoretical mirror match, if you will, as Rated Gaming White and the WaveRunners going to be forward headlong into P1. Here is both teams going to send almost all of their members up towards the top middle plane area. Big kills back and forth right now. A trade apiece. As Koi will drop to Gazilli there, as well as Zuxum trying to make it 3 straight, but will not happen, as Kaiser will hold down the top plane and a little bit more time. Now we're starting to see some trades back and forth. However, nice job by Rated Gaming to get the first 15 or so seconds up on the board for them.
Yeah, you know, typically the first hard points, they are going to be just kind of that trash time going back and forth, teams just vying for position for that P2 hill. But you're seeing Rated right now just taking all of that time. And this is big because, like I said before, this is a point that you're not really expected to get a whole lot of time on. So if they're able to soak up 30 seconds that they just did, that could be huge later on in the map. So definitely looking forward to how that's going to be playing on out. Now, we are going to be seeing those rotations starting to set up, and it's going to be WaveRunners who have been able to make it over there first. Freshie, though, is going to try and have something else to say about that as he tries to wrap around. Not going to happen, though, as he does get picked up. And just look at the range right there on that AK-74. He's going to be able to pick up some long kills. Finally does get flanked out and taken down. So, you know, this is going to be interesting break possibly here if it is going to be coming on in. Still, WaveRunners are going to be able to get that time on the board, taking the lead in the map as well. But right now, number 3, Zuxum, is leading the way, but just gets taken out.
Yeah, tough loss there for the side of Rated Gaming White, as they will be able to turn that slaying disadvantage into a brief moment of positivity, as they will steal some of the scrap time here and then some. Now contested by the side of WaveRunners, just one player necessary, as Trixta single-handedly clearing out what would have been some scrap time on realistically a really large swing hill, as we saw that complete in evidence as WaveRunners were basically single-handedly able to take that lead back off of that one hard point. Now P3 has popped. Rated White with the initial control, but these kills, especially towards the middle of the map on these entries, going to be huge for both squads. Let's see who comes out the victor. WaveRunners on kind of a tough spawn here, though, as Rated White can really just hold the left trigger and watch them run into their sights.
This is a nasty, nasty hill right here. So many ways that you can kind of poke in and get those shots from long distance. And it does look like WaveRunners is eventually going to be able to get on in and start getting control right now. That's going to be 4 down for Rated White, but they are going to be coming back strong. 2 kills already, but Gisele is going to be up top. We'll be able to get that initial kill there. Looking for number 2. We'll be able to find it. Finds 3. No, he is taken down. And once again, it is going to be swinging back in the favor of Rated White. So, you know, in this kind of situation right here, you know, you kind of look at it and you're like, man, that 30 seconds that they were able to take off on P1, that's really making a difference right now. So
absolutely,
it could be a lot closer than what it actually is. But as soon as we say that 3 go down for Rated White, and it looks like we are going to be seeing that new point popping, and they will be able to get control for WaveRunners. So we'll have, well, the plane is actually in the control right now of Rated White, which could be very crucial in this particular hill. So they are going to be vying for control right now. So far, it does look like it is going to be in hell. Tar Heel is going to be set up onto the point itself, not going to be making it happen, as 2 of his players end up getting picked up, but immediately answered back. So the point is going to be contested still. Not a whole lot of time being taken on this yet.
Very pinstripe kill feed for sure, as both teams vying for control of this hard point. Neither really able to attain any control until now. Rated Gaming White will steal some of the scrap time, but immediately stolen back in favor of WaveRunners. This has been a wishy-washy hard point to say the least, but that minimap oh so important. Take a look at those blue arrows. They're very, very well spread out for the rotation. It looks to me like WaveRunners will get at least a good chunk of the initial time.
Well, you'd like to think that, but so far they've been broken fairly quickly on these hills. They've been able to win those rotations, but that means that they're also giving up a lot of trash time, and trash time can add up towards the end if you give too much of it away. But we are going to be seeing them once again in that early control. We'll be able to get that first 20 seconds. So can they actually hold on to it? Number 3 there on your screen, Zuxum was trying to make his way in. He does get taken out. Tar Heel now following it back up and see some long range shots, but that's got a lot of flanking that's going to be happening, as they have been able to push them out of the point. So nobody getting time on it right now, but Gisele doing a damn good job on the defense. We'll be able to clear him out from back behind the hill. Still going to be up and alive, And this could cause a lot of problems on this next rotation, as these players are going to have to come back here to find them, but not able to get a kill would have been huge if you've been able to snag at least one.
Again, a very mirror match-esque so far through the first rotation, as only 5 points separate both of these squads. The initial lead, again, going in favor of the team who actually has won a match throughout the first 2 weeks. WaveRunners, again, coming in at 0-2. So definitely a big win that they want to get here. And to get that win, you want to start off on the right foot. Both teams looking to do that and looking primed to do that as well. So 3 points now deficit in favor of the WaveRunners. As things calm down here for a moment, we wait for a full team push from Rated White, and 3 straight kills go in favor of that squad. Now Koi on your screen, he's got a player playing Ring Around the Rosie with him and will be the benefactor of the angling. That is Gazilli again, who is coming in with the fire. Will pick up another straight kill, but the nade coming in too strong, and now we've got stalemate time, at least for the brief moment, as the rotations for P2 for the second set of rotations here going to be coming in before we know it. 8 seconds left as Rated Gaming will get the scrap time.
One thing that I want to point out right now, Kaiser 21-15, Jazili 20-16. Both are players that we had pointed out having the highest KD on their teams in the last matches that they played. Both of them proven that they are top fraggers that they have to contend with, and they are definitely clashing here in this map. So really nice to see that happening. Zuxum, though, is going to be up and alive, just waiting for this rotation to come in from WaveRunners, as we're starting to see maybe one of our biggest leads in the game so far. Have no clue how Gisele got such a quick 2 kills in a row, but we'll be able to rack them up. The spawns, though, are going to be in favor of Rated Gaming, immediately going to be able to get back in, and we'll be able to get that control. Broby is going to be back up inside the plane. We'll take him down. Kaiser is going to be the man to finish it off, as Trix is so low and he's just not going to be able to do much there. So that is a good, healthy chunk of time coming in, as Kaiser is just still lighting it up. He's on a 4 streak right now, and he's going to have to back on up just a bit, but runs out of ammo.
I was going to say, stop it. Stop
And
it right now.
Yeah, that could have been our first pair of streaks on the board too, which would have been huge. But in the end, WaveRunners will be able to come out on top, in that exchange. And Rated Gaming, even though they struggled just a little bit in the beginning, they're starting to kind of walk away with this.
Yeah, realistically, they are. What had been such a close matchup through the first rotation of Hills has really broken wide open for the side of Rated Gaming. And honestly, I think the big discrepancy that we're seeing here is the slaying numbers from WaveRunners. I really like how you pointed it out earlier, Brett. Good call, as they have been winning the initial rotations across the map, but not able to win those facilitative gunfights that have really been necessary to hang on to the hill for more than a couple seconds, as we really, really see that ring true in the score lines in terms of the KD for both squads. Is now Rated Gaming White still separating themselves from the pack as they eclipse the 200-point mark with that scrap time, as we will rotate yet again, and neither team having the advantage. WaveRunners will have it very briefly, but Rated Gaming White on the close spawns, and Freshie and Kaiser putting in some solid work to ensure that they assure the first little bit of time here, at least, as right now WaveRunners really not in any position to try and contest.
Yeah, this is not good. They've got to get over there as quickly as possible. If they're staggering out on their spawns, as you can see, Suxum will be able to pick at least one of them up as he's looking over there towards plane. And this is just not a good position for them to be in. They may be able to contest for a bit, but you got to think about the rotations coming on in. You know, they got to start making that decision. Oh, that's a little bit of a team kill coming in. Doesn't really matter, though. Rated White still going to be able to get control at that point. Still soaking up that time. But this is where, like, what do you do? Do you try?
They can win here.
Or do you actually go for a rotation?
Yeah, that scared me. That was a good time to ask that question, because I don't know if you heard me whisper, but I was going to say they could have won on that hard point. So nice heads up play there by the WaveRunners to get in and contest that hill. Again, we can't talk about it enough. Look at Gazilli on your screen. He's +10, make it +9 as the caster's curse does ring true, but he is really paving the way for the slaying numbers of this WaveRunners squad. And truthfully, it's all for naught, as again on your screen we see a 90-point deficit to the T. Because honestly, Rated Gaming White can walk in with some scrap time here and finish this game.
Absolutely. Freshie is going to be able to get at least one kill there, but it's not really going to matter much, I think, in the long run. 3 seconds left before this game is over. Gazilli Well, he's going to try and hold on. We do have a little bit of a flank going down, and that will take him out. That's actually Koi being able to pick up 2. Those are key kills, allowing his team onto it. And that means that they are going to be able to take map number 1, a 250 to 157. I got to say, that was a little bit, bigger lead than what I thought it was going to be, especially for the first 100 to 120 points of that game. I mean, that looked like a very, very close hard point, but they finally got their feet underneath them, and really Rated White just kind of walked away with that one.
Yeah, truthfully, let's not forget, after the first full set of rotations, the score was 107 to 102. So only a 5-point discrepancy there, a far cry from what we saw at the end, the 250 to 157 final score line again here on your Checkmate Hardpoint, as our producer loved to show that graphic. He loved it so much that he wanted you to see it twice. Thank you, Kyle. As we love Kamika here. We love what he does with the production. Thank you again for running the boards. It's a much more difficult job than it may appear to some. But if you are joining us just at this moment, Rated White taking a pretty demanding victory in that first hard point. Brett, what do we think as this moves forward to a very wild best of 5 in terms of map distribution? What does this mean going forward? You had a lot of momentum from the beginning with the side of WaveRunners. Does that translate maybe to Moscow, or is Rated White going to continue to run with this?
I think it does. I think one of the things that you do have to kind of be worried about a little bit if you are WaveRunners right now is the fact that in the last 2 maps that you've played in the league so far, you've come over at 0.86 in your S&Ds. So not too great. Rated White not doing much better, but they are at a 0.98. So almost breaking even there. And that little bit of extra fragging ability, that's going to come into play here. You have the momentum from map number 1. You have the fact that they've had a more consistent S&D overall. That could get scary. So yeah, I think that they definitely need to be a little bit worried here. But teams react differently to pressure. We have some teams that the first map, they always lose, or they just make it really close when they shouldn't. Then they come back and they just steamroll the next ones. We have some teams that obviously are not too great in a respawn mode. S&D, they're freaking wizards, and they just take off with the mode. So far, I haven't really seen too much of the latter. More of the former. So it'll be interesting to see if that's going to be happening for WaveRunners. I do want to mention, though, that WaveRunners hasn't taken a match yet. Rated White has their 1-1. So maybe, getting down on themselves just a little bit here from WaveRunners. It's only been a 2-6 map count. So, and I'm not even sure which maps that they did end up taking. I would imagine that it's probably not the S&Ds looking at their
that's fair
at their KDs here. I'm not trying to pick on anybody there, but I mean that's pretty hard to win an S&D when so far in over 2 maps you're in the 0.98 or 0.86 region. So yeah, it's going to be pretty difficult for them, I think, in this next one. Now we are going to be seeing, I believe this is going to be a Moscow, as you said before. So on Moscow, excuse me, they have made some changes to the map. I don't think that it's actually going to affect the play. We did cast a Moscow last night, and it didn't seem like really the flow of the game had really been tampered with at all. So I don't think it's going to really be noticeable or really affect anything. So I think it's going to be pretty much normal gameplay that we've been used to seeing here in the past. For those of you who may just be tuning in and watching, this is the first time maybe that you have seen K7. I do want to mention that we are not going to be seeing any sniper rifles, and we're not going to be seeing any smokes going down either. So that definitely does change up the way teams play S&D. Now, obviously, they're used to it by now. They've been practicing with it. They've been using it. So for those of you who may be wondering and watching, why aren't you pulling out a sniper here? Or why aren't you using smokes to push it on the bomb site? They are gentlemen's agreement from the pro side of things. So K7 is trying to adhere to that as much as possible. So that is the reason for that. But I think this is going to be I think this can be a very good game back and forth if WaveRunners kind of just shakes off that last map and goes in here with a positive attitude and just kind of just focusing on, because they were making some really decent rotations.
Yeah, you're right.
And map number 1, they just weren't able to keep the breaks from happening there early on, right?
Absolutely.
And overall, especially for the first half of that map, they were keeping up in terms of fragging ability with Rated White. So, we'll see if that actually comes into play again. You want to have at least a 1.0 or more to be able to take these S&Ds, and we'll see if that's going to be the case.
Well, absolutely bombastic map coming up. Truthfully, this is going to be all about trades. Even with the recent changes coming up into the game, I know the players have taken a lot more time on this than I have, so I would be comfortable leaving it in their hands. Look at Tar Heel with the Milano, changing things up. Will he be using that just to sprint forward and switch to an AR, or does he plan on keeping that out will be the question. If he does plan on keeping that out, we'll look to see him be the entry fragger. He very wisely does decide to switch to a Krig. Player coming right in front of his sights. That was Koi. I believe he was tagged up for the side of Rated White. Kaiser, TK, and Koi able to make the full team push and will snag the first 2 bloods. What a great start for the side of Rated Gaming. They're 1 kill away from a perfect round.
Koi is lighting it up right now, 2-0. He's going to be looking in for these last players. Trickster's coming on in, but this is a near impossible situation to be in, and he will get taken down. So as you said, that's pretty much a perfect round. You couldn't ask for anything better from Rated White, and not so great from WaveRunners, obviously losing that round, but just like the momentum, you just got to stop the momentum, right? You got to stop that kind of positive feeling that's coming out from Rated White of just getting these good wins and good rounds. And that's not a good start to it. So yeah, heading on into round number 2, it is going to be Rated White with a nice kill score right there. Look at that. It's going to be Kaiser and Koi both picking up 2-0s. And that is also going to possibly come into effect with possible streaks on this map. That A site is going to be opening up for an artillery strike, maybe even a cruise missile if we end up getting to it. So that could have some implications later on in the map as well. But it does look like Tricksta is going to be able to get their first blood on the map.
Absolutely. Well, and one thing, too, to bear in mind is that Rated White had what I would call a perfect round. Not a single player died from their side on the offensive, which towards that A site can be difficult if you don't play with the correct amount of gumption, if you will, as Kaiser showing that gumption there as he will even up the odds at 3 apiece. Now, big kills coming in from Tricksta and Gazilli Freshy. Last alive at a 1v2 with this bomb needing to be defused. He will push out very head-assily and will get paid for it. However, the time was ticking down. But, I mean, he had 27 seconds left to work with there. I don't know if I agree with the direct push out for the 1v2. I think you had a little bit more time to bait on the bomb, but I guess that's why I commentate and do not play.
That is indeed. But you know what? I would still have you as a player on my team. So.
Hey, just on the play call alone there, I don't think sprinting headlong into a 1v2 gunfight is a very good idea, but yeah. We see the evidence of that there as Tricksta, unfortunately 2 kills away from pulling off the impossible clutch as Rated White will drop a round there as, wait, didn't they win that round? Hello?
No, that was,
oh wait, you're right. Never mind. I had my numbers flipped. I'm sorry. I was in another game apparently. As we are evened up at 1 apiece. I'm sorry.
Yeah, we got shifty over here trying to confuse the hell out of everybody, but it's all good.
Confusing myself.
He's just like, hey, we're just throwing shit on a dartboard and we'll see what sticks. But we are going to see him Broby right now. He's going to be hunting around next to this A site. Freshy trying to poke on in. WaveRunners is down a body right away, so they are going to be at a slight little disadvantage. Freshy making that initial push into that A site. Zuxum, though, with that long range AK-74U, he's going to make it a little bit more difficult as it's now a 3-2 still in favor of Rated White, and Rated White are going to be able to wipe the map down. That's going to be 2-1 in their favor. Yes, looking good. And I have to say,
that was crazy.
What is the deal? These long-range shots with these AK-74Us, what the heck is going on with that? Like, that's, what, 2 or 3 of them that we've seen so far tonight? It's like, that should not be happening.
Yo, I'll tell you right now, the XM4 is the best submachine gun, and the AK-74U is the best assault rifle in this game. And I don't even think it's close. As we see that again in evidence, is Kaiser rocking that XM4 through a majority of the S&D so far. As Amalgamated 5 kills to 1 death as Koi on the opposite side has been using that AK-74. Kaiser, however, pulling out the sub and getting a little bit more aggressive towards the flank of the WaveRunners. I like that play. Let's see what happens as the WaveRunners, those blue arrows, have decided to push towards B. Kaiser, hello, I am behind you. As Tar Heel very wisely watching that trade. However, another wise play by Kaiser and co to group up here together and try to play these trades as Koi will snag a second kill in favor of Rated White.
Not looking good whatsoever. 2-4. Once again, we are seeing advantage over here for Rated White. Kaiser coming on in. He's just bullying these players right now as Kaiser will be able to get the 3rd kill. Koi getting the blast.
Man.
Will be able to get the defuse. He's on a 4 streak right now and just looking fan-freaking-tastic. 3-1, Rated White go up. And I do want to point out one thing here. Tar Heel, I don't think he has put on a kill on the board just yet. So he's struggling a little bit there, and he is one of those players on their team that is up there in terms of their KDs, up there in terms of their fragging. So he needs to start kind of, pulling some more weight here, or at least his very own. Jazili and Broby not doing too much with 1 and 4s, but at least they're getting some kills on the board. So not picking on Tar Heel, just saying, come on, man. Maybe that Milano is going to be the gun of choice here. Get a couple of kills with it, but there he goes.
My God.
Oh, no. How? Team kill. Zuxum takes out his own teammate, and then he takes out Tar Heel. That is just insult to injury. Freshie follows it up. It is now going to be a 2v3, and Tricksta makes it a 2v2. What is this? As Kaiser goes down, but Zuxum trades him out. 1v1. Tricksta is the last one, and he will be able to get that kill as WaveRunners not done yet. They are going to be able to stay on the board. 3-2. What is that?
Bro, the best part about it was that you and I thought the same thing. We were for sure that Tar Heel had that kill. I heard you say, there we go. And just like that, all of the air deflated out of the balloon as, wow, that was crazy. What a crazy start.
Man. Zuxum sitting here is like, no, Tar Heel, you're not getting on the board. I'm going to kill my own teammate before you can get a kill.
Wow, that is terrible. Adding insult to injury to the 0-5 performance so far from Tar Heel. That is, again, they are 3-15 combined. The 3 negative members of WaveRunners, yet still somehow in this game. Want to see them bring it up just a little bit. Here is Tar Heel with the cheeky angle over top of the wall. Will at least give that information to his teammates. Hey, they're stacked out towards A. It's Gazilli coming up the Eskies. He's got some big corners to check here. Freshie will get the better of the timing as he will and be able to pick up that first blood. Late first blood nonetheless, but now immediate numbers advantage in favor of Rated, and this bomb kind of stagnant towards A.
Yes, it is. Koi is going to be able to spot out Trixie. Not going to be able to pick him up. Tricksta, I'm sorry. As there's a bad joke behind that one, but we're not going to go there. Freshie, though, is going to be still back up. Koi able to take down Tricksta. Freshie probably going to be coming around here on the flank as Tar Heel is going to be, I think, the last one left up alive. He's trying to get him, but he can't make it happen. And that's going to be Rated White once again. 4-2 as they are going to be able to push their lead out even further. No answer to try and even this up from WaveRunners just yet, but look at Broby there. Picks up 2, slide. Beautiful play.
He picked up 3, by the way. He also got that other kill. See no. Yes, he did. Yeah, they were both. Yep. Yeah, he did. Yep. He picked up the 3 kills there. That was crazy. What a shame for Broby to pull off a nice flank and pick up 3 kills only to die to the trade from Rated White. So we potentially saw a round steal there from WaveRunners. However, the comms from the Rated White squad just too strong. As speaking of strong, they're strong arming their way into A. 2 first bloods already. This bomb is definitely going to get a plant. And honestly, if you're WaveRunners, this is tough.
This is rough. This is real rough. Koi is going to be set up onto top escalators just to make sure that nobody's going to be coming in back behind him. We do see, it looks like a number 5 Gazelli is going to be trying to come all the way around for a flank. Kaiser, though, is going to be watching it, not quite able to connect on the shots. Tar Heel, though, on the long flank, it is being watched by Koi. This is going to be a really tough push. Gazelli, though, he is going to be able to pick up Freshie. So now down to it. Oh, he picks up a second one. That's going to be Tar Heel finally getting up on the board. Leave a like for that one, guys, as we do see Tar Heel, I think, with another one, possibly, but he does eventually get taken down. 5-2 going over there towards WaveRunners. I apologize. That wasn't WaveRunners. Rated White, as we do see Koi with some nice little shots there. But, yeah, we do have Tar Heel finally getting on the board, 1-7. So that's got to be, like, worth, what, 20 likes?
Oh, yeah, it absolutely has to. And the sigh of relief that man probably just breathed. No goose egg, as he will progress forward. Currently, can we talk about Koi, though? Koi, 9-1, paving the way in the KD category for rated gaming is Freshy playing the cheeky beaver role. I love this spot here directly underneath the window. He's hoping that someone from WaveRunners will jump out to their death. You can see it with the 3D vision. They're playing back and forth to see who's going to go first. Broby will slide out. Very, very wise corner check there onto Freshy as they secure the first blood for the first time in a long time here, as Broby trying to make it a second, but Kaiser's M4 just too strong. Now the numbers evened up at 3 apiece. Gazilli able to tag him up, but again, Bomb will sit dormant here, at least for the moment, while both teams assess their positions.
Absolutely. So 3 versus 3. We are in the bomb site currently. Not going to be able to get it down just yet, but does look like Tar Heel will be able to pick up Koi. Zuxum answers back, taking down Tar Heel. The push into the bomb has commenced. Gazilli's going to come in. Picks up 1, looking for 2. Not going to happen. Kaiser now down to a 1v1. No! Oh my God! Rated White. That's going to be a 6-2.
No!
And look at the disrespect there. He wants to shoot, but he just didn't. That was sick. Kaiser here, just laying down the law. Punch to the gut. Boom. Sit down, my friend.
I just screamed so hard, my chest hurt. Wow. What? Hang on. Let me gather my breath. I have to. Kaiser, what are you doing? That was disgusting. Crazy.
Yeah, he was waking up. I believe I think that was like 12 kills that he ended up getting.
12. Did he go 12-3? I think he was 12-3. Quad positive for that man. He single-handedly, him and Koi, who died the last round. Kaiser literally won that round by himself. That was bananas. That was crazy, Kaiser. You get a golf clap.
Absolutely. Golf clap. Here we go.
Yeah, you get a golf clap.
I do want to say one thing though, just before we move on to the next map. Tar Heel, I love you, man. I wasn't picking on you because I don't. So, forgive me. But we are going to move on to Control here for this next map. And you got to think, the momentum, it's all on Rated White, right? They look good in the hard point there towards the end. They had control of it, complete control. I don't think they really ever lost control in the S&D. I mean, even the rounds that we did see WaveRunner being able to win, it was still pretty darn close. It could have gone either way. Like you said, I think it was maybe round number 2. You were sitting there like, wait a minute, what? I thought that was Rated who won that one. It was so close. So, going into the Control, I think the best thing that you got to think of is the fact that it is raid. So, it's not going to be just super, one-sided in terms of like your defense is always going to win. You got to watch your life count and everything. That still comes into play, but you're going to have a little bit more freedom on your flanking abilities. You're going to have a little bit more room to kind of spread out and get some really nice angles onto those points. And this is a map that, can be, we have seen some spawn traps on it, but it's not very common, I don't think, or at least the maps that I have cast, it hasn't been very common to see those spawn traps actually coming on in. So yeah, this, like I said before, this map right here is, I think, a really good kind of pivot map that we could potentially be seeing on this. So this is an opportunity for WaveRunners to get back into the series.
Absolutely. Well, and you even highlighted that at the beginning of the stream too. And I forgot to mention that how picture perfect is it that the swing map that both teams are going to have the most overall knowledge of it's smack dab in the middle of the series. So this could be the very beginning of a reverse sweep from the side of WaveRunners. However, they are going to need to utilize realistically the only one spawn trap that we tend to see the most. Well, I guess there's theoretically one on both sides that is used occasionally. You typically have somebody up towards the kitchen area blocking off the laundry spawn, or at least cutting off said laundry spawn for the attacking side. And then opposite of that, for the defensive side, we typically see that spawn trap down in the driveway area towards bottom art. So maybe potentially whoever can pin one team further back the longest will be the benefactor of a majority of those kills and propel themselves to victory. And if you are the side of WaveRunners, you need to get going now. That was a to put it nicely, a lackluster performance in the S&D. So want to flip that on its head and bring out the same fire that we saw during that first third of the hard point here in this control.
Absolutely. And another little stat line here, once again, from DropShotStats. Props to you guys. We are going to be seeing the only mode that WaveRunners actually beats Rated White at is Control. They have a 1.01 in Control. Rated White has a 0.91 in Control. So, again, those captures are going to be very important, but those life counts are definitely going to make its presence known. You do see teams, when it gets close to that 10 life kind of area, they really start to slow down. They really start to think about, okay, wait a minute, we just can't flood into a point anymore. And that's when you start seeing some really crazy plays developing. So will be interesting to see how that actually comes to fruition, especially because this map right here with streaks on it, it gets bonkers. I mean, it really does. There's so many open areas for the streaks to actually make an impact. You're going to be able to delay teams from being able to get onto certain points, especially over there on that B side of the map. So we'll see if that actually comes into effect as well. But we are on board and in game, it looks like, first here with Gazelle. And we'll see if WaveRunners can actually make a comeback and get this thing going.
However, I only see 3 members from the side of WaveRunners spawned in as of current. Some kills have flied back and forth. Okay, so it's a visual glitch, which is a shame because Gazelle was able to pick up and assist with 2 of those kills right off the entry. Quick full team wipe from the side of WaveRunners onto their opponent's Rated White, as now we'll maybe potentially see some setup towards the middle of the map. Zuxum with a big kill to break out of what potential spawn trap they could have had. As right now, again, the lives remaining very, very close as Gazelle will put that even further in favor of the WaveRunners, which really the first time that we've seen them have any sort of semblance of team play here towards the point, as Koi and Freshie will push out, though, and get their respective kills. Tar Heel picking up 2 big trades, as now, however, though, that focus towards the middle of the map has taken the focus away from A. That first third already captured, and they're halfway through the second.
See if they're going to be able to clean Freshie out, and they are, but it is going to be followed up quickly by Kaiser and Koi to try and make this play over towards that A point. They have been able to take care of Kitchen, so that's going to open up to the middle of the map. And you do see a little flank coming in. Gazelle almost able to take care of that. That would have been huge, being able to stop that A cap, being able to rewind basically that time that was made. But now we're going to be seeing 2 ticks into that A point. Typically, you do have the team starting to back off, just like you see right there. But I like the position of Tar Heel.
I do too. I do too.
All the way up on B, able to get a real quick kill in the back. And that's interesting too, because they're basically playing A with only 3 players the entire time.
Look at the patience, too, from Tar Heel. He's on a 3-0 streak. He doesn't want to die and in that lose that little streak, that brisk momentum that he's got, if you will, is 4 full frontal assault from the backside of Kitchen for the side of Rated Gaming. Kaiser will be able to take out 1, but not without losing a teammate, as the lives have really, really gotten close now, as Koi will even them up at 14 apiece. Gazelle here going to be a big player to watch as he's watching those stairs. Tricksta will push up into Kitchen and take a second. Tar Heel taking a third from that supreme positioning he has got, as right now Zuxum really the last alive to make any semblance of a push over towards that Bravo site. Freshie now trying to do something, but right now we're seeing a great defensive hold from the side of the WaveRunners.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And, you know, as much as Tar Heel has done a fantastic job being 4-0, you got to get some props there from WaveRunners of keeping their cool while basically playing out of spawn. And Gazilli is going to be able to pick up 1 in kitchen, but not 2. So that opens it back up. This is a very powerful position for them to be in as Koi gets the nice little jump side shot. And that is going to be a beautiful opening here into B. Tricksta is going to be back up to try and hold this off on bar. We'll be able to get that initial kill, but you got to look at the time right now. 9 seconds left. They've got to make a play right now. Koi is able to get onto the point, but that's going to be Tar Heel getting Koi, but it's not enough. 6 seconds left. We're starting the capture right now as the respawns are going to be coming into effect. 5 lives left right now for WaveRunners, 6 for Rated White. So this is going to be a very slow couple of moments here as this capture is just barely eking in onto Bravo. A little bit of a flank coming in on number 6. He does get taken down. Koi with 2 though. That is huge. That is going to be massive as Koi is going to be able to finish it off. That's a 3rd into that site. 4.6 seconds left. Gazilli does come on in, and WaveRunners wins the 1v1. That is massive as they get the first point on the board. They needed that to stop the bleed.
And what a crazy fashion, to say the least. The very short-lived numbers advantage for the side of Rated White dissipating in a flash with the 1v1 from Gazilli. Besting Koi there as he jumped out of the money window onto the Bravo site. Congrats to WaveRunners for being able to put something together there at the end, in no small part to Tar Heel playing a huge defensive role over towards that pool side. I think he went 7-0 or 6-0 before he finally died. So, and all 6 of those kills were very, very important. So good job by Tar Heel and the rest of WaveRunners to slow down and understand that they don't have to win in the first 30 seconds and they can kind of play and let Rated White come to them. They did that very, very well. Let's see how this goes on the offense.
Hey, you know what? Right now, let's go ahead and check out how WaveRunners comms are. They are on the back foot. Let's go ahead with a listen in with them.
Good. Money that
nice. Money. Mid. I got mid.
Nice.
Yeah, mid.
Yeah.
Push through their spawn.
Nice. Good.
Yeah, let's go. One on hill on me. One on hill. Two.
Spawn.
Yeah, he got me. Yeah, I'm jungle right now.
Yo, we're up 2 lives. Just play
laundry heading.
Just
keep pushing through their spawn till they spawn basketball.
The
more people we get, they'll spawn out basketball.
One's raid.
He's on the heady. I'm wait. Zox, drop down raid.
He's 1 shot close left, and one.
One more right. Yeah, one more ring.
I spawned like mansion side.
Yeah, I'm spawning mansion.
Alright, dead. It should be basketball. Yeah, deep jungle, dead.
Nice.
Are we missing
one?
One
still ring, I'm pretty sure. Yeah,
one's
Great comms from the side of the WaveRunners there, despite the situation they are in this best of 5. They are looking primed and ready to continue running with this offense, is again in no small part to the great small talk that we see from the side of WaveRunners. We heard them push the spawns out, wait until they can spawn basketball court. Those are very, very important and smart heads-up plays by the side of WaveRunners as they're trying to influence the spawns opposite of Alpha as much as they can and doing a damn good job of it. They will take second round here as they take not only a defense but an offense here on Raid, which you and I both know that control sometimes, depending on the map, can be relatively one-sided. We know that this map is frequently the more even of the ones in the rotation. However, very, very nice statement to come after that terrible S&D and win back-to-back rounds in the control.
I just like to point out the fact that they capped B first.
Yeah.
I mean, that's typically what you see teams leaving for last. And no, they were like, screw it. We're gonna get this B site fast and hard, and we're gonna be able to get that extra time on the board. And then A is just open and ripe for the picking. And yeah, they were able to get that 4 down, easily flood into the point. They burned it before really anything could be done from Rated White. And we are seeing a completely different team here from WaveRunner than what we have in the previous maps. I mean, this is looking fantastic. Gazilli does end up getting taken down. That's a nice 2 kills headed up for Rated White, as we do see Zuxum with 2 in the middle. That is fantastic for Rated White, as they are going to get a quick cap onto A. That's going to extend that timeout to about 2 minutes or so, and that gives them a lot of wiggle room to actually work with going into this B point. So WaveRunners, are they going to be able to put up that amazing defense that they did before? I don't know. Tar Heel did get taken out of his position that he was in earlier, which is right below where Bedroom was. And we're not seeing them being able to get into that B site just yet, but they are definitely closing in on it.
Yeah, definitely a tough start for the WaveRunners, to say the least, as it is continuing to spiral out of control in favor of Rated White. They have a 6-kill advantage. Make it 7 as Kaiser on your screen snapping onto Tar Heel, but will not be able to get the better of him in that gunfight, as Rated White again playing very aggressively towards that Bravo site. And when you have the live advantage, I can't blame you, as apparently Koi there thought he was rocking Commando from MW2 as he tried to knife from very far away, but unfortunately will not be able to get anything done with that. Again, still numbers advantage in favor of Rated White, but again, one thing that I've seen, especially from this control so far, is when the going gets tough, WaveRunners do a really, really good job of dictating the pace, and that's exactly what we're seeing right now. Look at how the lives disadvantage has been flipped right back on its head, all because WaveRunners have slowed the game down.
What was that from Broby? He's just like, nope, challenge, and we'll be able to get those kills. I want to point out, Gazilli right now, 21-19. He is definitely lighting it up right now in terms of kills and engagements at the moment. Freshie is going to be coming around here into the back for Rated White. They got to get something going on, but Gazilli's going to sniff him out and will be able to take him down. Immediately answered back with 2 more from Rated White, but they got to start watching that clock. It's getting down to about 30 seconds or so, as well as only 10 lives left. So again, this is going to get very, very close. They have yet to get a single tick into that B position, as we do see Kaiser right now. He's going to be up inside money. This is definitely going to be hard here for WaveRunners to flush them out. Starting to get some of that time on the board. Gazilli, though, looking around, can't find Kaiser. Will get caught in a crossfire, as we do see Zuxum now spotting them off of spawn and being able to take them down. The second tick is just about to be going on in. Zuxum, with a nice little transition, we'll be able to pick up one there in that money window. But with only 22 seconds left, we need to see a wipe, and Broby is there!
No!
Broby gets one!
Stop! Stop! What is happening?
Oh my God, he makes it happen when he needs it. 14 seconds left, he goes down, but doesn't even matter. WaveRunners, they only have 1 life left. It is going to be Tar Heel here. Can he pull off the impossible? It's going to be a 1v3, and he can't make it happen. Broby almost doing it there, but Rated White snatch it from him, and they're going to be able to stay alive in this map.
Oh my God. Wow. What a crazy end, as we did see that spawn trap again on your best play come to fruition, at least for a short amount of time, before Broby hit the big fliggity flank. Was able to pick up 3 huge kills, but apparently all for naught, as Tar Heel could not get that 1v4 done. Granted, that's a monstrous task to ask him to do, especially with how Rated White was flooding the hill. However, like Brett stated here on the opposite side of the booth, Rated White will stay in this game, at least for the brief moment, as 2 kills traded off back and forth. Immediate B presence for WaveRunners.
I just got to say right now, Broby, he's got to be happy and pissed at the same time, just because you pull off an amazing play, but you're not able to follow it up with the win. And, you know, 1 more kill goes his way on that engagement, and you're probably going to be able to take that round, but not going to be the case. They do end up getting that first initial tick here onto Bravo, as that's going to be Broby once again leading that way for his team. So he is definitely feeling good right now at 19-24. And we'll see if he's going to be able to continue. Tar Heel, though, the nice shots from up top will be able to get his kill. And we do see Freshie, though, just chilling out over there. Ooh, nice shots. He was already weak, though, for Tar Heel, but it does open it up once again here for Broby to make this play. He is going to be able to spot him out, and it's just back and forth, ducking and diving and sliding, but Tricksta picks up 2, opens it up once again onto B, and that Broby is going to be able to finish off the third. So the spawns are back over towards A. You're going to see that third tick probably going on in. There it is. B is secured. Now, this could be a very fast A push, but we're already seeing players getting ready right now for this inevitable push to Alpha from Rated White. You see number 4 all the way over there towards spawn, and every single one of these players are waiting for this push.
Oh, stop it!
And Freshie goes huge with 2. And that completely stalls this out. Now it's going to be up right now to Koi to try and make the play. He's not able to make it happen. He does end up getting picked up. They have cleared out everybody back behind them. So it's going to be all up to these one-on-one gunfights coming on into this Alpha site.
A frontal clash from both sides of this A site. Going in favor initially of the Rated Gaming White squad is still that numbers advantage stacking in their favor. We saw the flip up for the side of WaveRunners during the first 2 rounds. Can we see a counter to that here from the side of Rated Gaming White as Broby again playing your sneaky beaver, trying to flank around? We'll be able to pick up 1 as now he's got the facilitation of his teammates from middle and Art as they need to push together. Koi inside the hill to his front, does not see him, but that's because his teammates already killed him. Freshie last alive really with his teammates now to make a play up inside of Top Laundry, but nothing doing quite yet as that first tick will go in favor of WaveRunners. And honestly, the lives remaining still in favor of Rated Gaming White, but you can't do anything about how fast this offensive push has come in unless Freshie and Zuxum do exactly what they did there.
24 seconds left on the clock. It all comes down to this. They have one more push to make it happen. Koi does end up getting picked up. This is not what you want to see here. If you are Rated Gaming, you need to have all of your guys up and alive. Where is the push going to be coming on in? It's not. They're going to be saving their lives right now, making sure that they get the preferential side, it looks like, and they are just going to go ahead and call it on off. Yeah, so they basically just they just saved the lives. So
yeah, I mean, that's smart, though.
Amazing last push isn't going to be happening. Yeah, I think it is smart. I also think that on this map, you know, especially with the way that they've played so far, I don't think that they needed to. I don't think they really needed to worry about it too much. But yeah, Rated White right there. They did a fantastic job on defense, especially losing out on that Bravo side. I loved the reaction there. As soon as they lost that A flag, they immediately rotated all the way around. I think that was Koi getting into the spawn, and he's just there to hit those, you know, 1 and 2 spawns coming off from those initial fights. Unfortunately, 3 of them went down immediately, and they all spawned up at 1. But I love the positioning that we did see coming in from Rated White, as it's now going down to a round number 5. This is for the continuation of the series for WaveRunners. They've got to make it happen here. And yeah, let's see if they can.
Yeah, I'm very excited to see how this unfolds. So excited, in fact, that I want to hear the comms of the Rated Gaming White squad after they win 2 rounds to answer the 2 from WaveRunners. Let's take a listen to what they've got going on.
Got me, underbed got me.
Yeah. He's absolutely
in our spawn. No, he's on our spawn.
Are we focusing A or B?
Hey, focus A, focus A.
Alright.
Someone go kitchen with me.
I don't see him. I don't see him. Got him. Hey, Dad, I'm grabbing 2.
Yeah, let's be. I don't know where mid, buddy. One's in Tiki.
A take down. We're good.
Okay, I'm holding mid for a sec.
Yep. We know how they want to play. These kids are a fucking joke. Come on.
Tiki dead. Yo, one more kid on B.
Open steps, absolute. Open steps, absolute. Absolute on open.
I got Broby up. Nothing A.
Yo, in court, in our fucking court. I'm holding mid. I'm giving it up.
We're giving it up.
Easily give. Come on. Yeah.
These guys are a freaking joke. That is fantastic to hear from Rated White. They are confident that they will be able to take this one. And, you know, WaveRunners, once again, they're going to be able to capture onto that B flag. We'll see if they're going to be able to get over onto A. Not sure if that's going to be the case once again in that last round. But all the confidence right now is on Rated Gaming.
Absolutely. Not a frantic set of calls like we saw from the WaveRunners. However, very calm, cool, collected, and in the clutch right now is the side of Rated Gaming White. However, Tar Heel making a big offensive play, He's got some help with his teammates inside of the A point. If you're Gazilli, you need to ask your teammates to come up and help inside the hill. You're not going to capture it by yourself with this kill disadvantage, as Tar Heel will be able to pick up one, but Zuxim and the rest of the Rated Gaming White squad will come out the benefactors of those trades, and that's just a terrible mishap from the side of WaveRunners. You want to see them aggressively hit that point together. Instead, they are falling apart at the seams. Rated Gaming White leading the kills category and then some. It's been a while since one died, and I said that in Freshie Dies.
Yes, it has. I do want to mention the fact that we have seen some records being placed here for Control in terms of kills. Kaiser right now, 36 and 27, lighting up the board, followed by Koi at 32 and 23. But on the other side, we've got 2 players breaking 30 as well. So this is just some crazy fragging going back and forth from both of these teams. And right now, it is WaveRunners that is struggling. 5 lives remain as we are going to be on board with Broby. They are getting pressured very hard over here towards this A side of the map. Broby is going to be able to win out in his gunfight. Gazzelli also is going to be able to take the win there, but they have to play basically perfect to get in onto this point. 14 seconds left. They have been able to stall it. Freshie with a beautiful kill. He is going to be able to pick up at least one. That's going to leave them fairly weak coming on in to this site, but Gazzelli's not done yet. He's only able to pick up one, and that will be the game as Rated White comes roaring on back, and they take this game 3-2. And 3-0 in the series. They make it look very good in the end.
Yeah, no kidding. And that's got to be heartbreaking for the side of WaveRunners as they came out firing on all cylinders those first 2 rounds and were able to win rather handily, to be quite honest, except for that last those last 3 rounds. And honestly, really, they kind of started to fall apart at the seams across the board. I mean, you and I both know with as much experience in Call of Duty that we have that it is very much a mental game, and the mental was completely lost for the side of WaveRunners. I don't know what happened. I don't know what broke. I don't know if maybe Rated White was playing with their feet during the first 2 rounds, but whatever happened, the WaveRunners chance at bringing back the series and potentially enticing or inciting rather a reverse sweep all fall apart right in front of our very eyes, and how unfortunate that is.
Yeah, I think really, I mean, on that round number 3, when you saw Brazy coming in all the way from the back and not being able to clutch that round out, that may have had just a little bit of frustration added to them. I mean, you think about it, that was a big moment. That actually could have been obviously the continuation of this series, and then all of a sudden it's snatched away from you. You know, that hurts. That as much as it can gas up a player, it can really get somebody down as well. And maybe that was just the dagger right there to end it all, as you did see them losing out on that round and then continually losing out in the rounds as well. You know, on Raid, I kind of don't agree with their, you know, their thought process on not going for round number 4, trying to go in for that capture.
Sure.
You know, that's one of those things to where it's really difficult unless you have a coach that's able to really watch it and keep up with those kills, or you just have a fantastic in-game leader that's able to keep up with that math. It's very difficult to do that unless it's just really clear and cut. In that situation, if you got a guess for it, just go for the point, you know, especially on Raid, because like we talked about, you know, Raid, it's one of those very even style maps. You always have a chance. Now, Garrison, yeah, we can talk about that one, but wow, Rated. Let's talk about Rated White. Like, they look fantastic. They started off, I don't even want to say they started slow in the hard point. They were just even with WaveRunners, but then they just took off there towards the last half of the game. I don't think they really ever lost control in the S&D. They started off with that beautiful ace right there at the very beginning, and they just unfortunately were able to capitalize on it, but still able to, or not ace, but 4 down, clean down, just weren't able to clean it up in a 6-0 fashion. But they look fantastic all the way through. Control, yeah, a little bit slow for the first 2 rounds, but honestly, the last 3, like, what the hell was going on with WaveRunners? Like you said, like, where'd they go? And yeah, just really, really good play coming out from them.
Yeah, unfortunately, the case is, again, we're seeing the scoreboard up on your screen. That is going to push Rated White to the category of 2-1 in terms of wins and losses, tying them up with their sister team or their brother team. in Rated Gold, in at 2-1, who also dropped to Heartbreakers earlier this afternoon, or I guess rather this evening, as WaveRunners unfortunately will drop to 0-3 and 2-9 in the total map count, putting them down there with the Knights Templar squad, who eventually, I believe this week, will try and rectify some of those mistakes that have been made so far throughout the year. But with that being said, thank you guys for watching. Thank you to the partners who make this league possible. Again, that is Innovative Gear, Fade Grips, Gamers Resort, GitGudHosts, the whole nine. Thank you to Kyle for running the production, and thank you for Brett for joining me on this incredible cast. It was a 3-0 in favor of Rated White, but it didn't always feel like that, as we definitely got our hearts built up and broken a couple times during the duration of the series. Again, thank you guys for watching. If you guys liked what you saw, please drop a like on the video. The interaction definitely helps the league grow. And we hope that everyone has a fantastic rest of your night. Join back here at the K7 channel tomorrow at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time and at 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time with more wonderful top-am Call of Duty action. We will catch you there.